We'll try this again, America, because we had, you know what? Technical difficulties will not stop us.
Well, hang in there.
Uh-oh.
Let's redo this.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York
That was my son would say the
Ain't won shit since 72.
Oh, sorry, you guys have won so much.
Since 72? Yeah. We've won 6.
One in the last 30 years?
No, one in the last 15. 2 in the last 30. Been in the finals 4 times.
The 90s, baby. The 90s all over again.
You know, it's 2024. Anyway.
The 90s all over again. We got a tough Knicks team.
The reason.
They play defense. They play with effort. That's all I need.
So all things I said
need.
weeks ago. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You were the one that called the Knicks tough. You were.
I was the one who said the Knicks were
right.
were the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics. Yes.
That's not what I said.
And I
That's
said
not what I just
that.
said.
And I said that when your boy OG wasn't even healthy. Because I said if and when he gets healthy, they are that team. And they are that team.
So why, when I'm complimenting the Knicks, you have to make it sound like you're the one that crowned them?
Because when I was crowning them, you were burying them.
That's such horseshit.
Really?
Yes.
We have to go to the tape again.
Yes, you still haven't pulled tapes.
I'll pull all of them.
You haven't pulled. You talked all this shit about me calling people pussies. Never pulled the tape.
No, you call them losers and morons.
No, I didn't. Now you're saying that I buried the Knicks, which is horseshit.
We have pictures. We have video of you doing.
We have pictures of you doing that about the Celtics.
I think I have a reason to. They've proven.
Oh yeah, the team with the best record in the fucking league. You have reason to
Continually underachieve.
When my team loses,
your team was never that good.
So what?
My team actually was that good.
I'm not allowed to have expectations when my team was playing the best basketball in the league, and then 2 of their stars get hurt.
Let's define expectations. By the way, that is
I
the
can't
redoubtable
get upset
one.
about that.
I'm not saying you can't, but let's define those.
The double standards you put on me.
No. Let's define those expectations.
I don't like it.
Let's define them. Let's define it. What is a realistic? By the way, that's the redoubtable one. In case you didn't know, Tom is the highly questioned one, Archie Show, and the Donut Lord. Oh yeah, the real Donut Lord. He is here tonight. By the way, you should have seen these sketches. That's another story for another time. Anyway, welcome back to IDD. It is a late night. It is a late Friday, early Saturday.
He's drunk and being
witching hours. I'm being the bitch.
Mean. He's being mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean because before this thing dubbed over and screwed us up, I was trying to compliment them. But going back to Bernard King, before Patrick Ewing, there was a guy named Bernard King who led the NBA in scoring. The man was a beast. And
my dad's told me
him and Mr. Bird had an epic 7-game series in '84 that no one talks about. That was a dogfight. That was the definition of Donnie in the Brook, that series. And you know what? I want to find it so we can watch those 7 games. These two just slugged it. Just haymakers.
All right.
Haymakers.
As much as I'd love to talk more about Larry Bird.
No, Bernard King.
Was in a series with who?
Larry Bird.
Thank you.
Well, you need it's styles make fights, Tom.
We're talking.
Bernard wasn't fighting himself.
About the Knicks now. I said the Knicks were tough, and you said stuff I said 3 months ago.
Oh, that is actually true.
Everybody said that.
No, that is not true.
Everybody's been saying the Knicks are a tough team for 2 years.
No, I can think of 2. Anyway, welcome to IDD.
I listen to New York sports every day.
So I don't disagree.
Every time
Segment 1
said about a New York team,
the New York Knicks
ever say
or not? No, I'm just the one that fucking said it out loud.
No,
that's right.
If you look on Twitter, 1,000 people said it before you.
I was saying bullshit. I was saying
not bullshit.
I was saying it before Stephen A. Smith was saying.
Stephen A. Smith is the fakest Knicks fan ever.
Rubbish.
The other day, when the Knicks were playing well, he was like, Grimes looked really good tonight. They traded Grimes to Detroit 2 fucking months ago.
Grimes.
Quentin Grimes.
He's not even a Knick anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And 3 nights ago, Stephen A. said he looked great out there for the Knicks. And then
for the Knicks?
Yes!
For Detroit?
For the Knicks.
Are you sure?
Would you like me to pull the video?
Yes, I would love this.
Again, I tell you, I listen to New York sports.
Any chance I get to bash Stephen A. Smith is wonderful. Go ahead. You show me the video where he said he's doing great for the Knicks and he's now a Piston. I want to see this. And if that's true,
why do you think?
I want to see it. Show it to me. Show it to me. Show it. Anyway. Okay. Oh, wait. He's going to that reliable source of TikTok. Oh, wow.
I'm looking at Grimes. He's looked good. And OG Anunoby is back in the lineup. Still favoring that elbow a little bit, but he's back in the lineup. Grimes got traded. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean Grimes because I know he got traded. I'm looking at...
So he corrected himself.
No, somebody went in his ear. You can hear it. They said Grimes got traded. My point is, you're telling me Stephen A. said... Stephen A. doesn't know shit about the Knicks, and I've told you that for quite some time now. The first time when he came out and said, oh, who's this guy Hartenstein? Who's this guy Hartenstein? Fucker's been there over a year.
Is it Stein or is it Stein?
It's Stein. Hartenstein.
Stein?
Yes.
Hartenstein.
Hartenstein.
Yes. Hartenstein.
Mike Breen pronounces it like that.
Who, if we're being honest,
great
he's a good 7-footer. He's a good complimentary piece. He
Really
rebounds.
good role player.
She's got a mid range, little midi.
He's got a little left float.
Got some post game rebounds. Lefty. Well,
offensive rebounds.
See, he knows how to get to me with this lefty shit.
Lefty.
He does it. It's dirty pool, but
You know who else is a lefty?
Who?
Jalen Brunson. You know who else is a lefty?
I played against his father.
You know who else is
Who's a lefty?
Julius Randle. You know who else is a lefty?
What?
I don't know. My son.
Are you trying to say? All right, you made your point. Listen, the bottom line is this. Look, the Knicks tonight escaped. They won.
Yeah.
Because they had shot their load against the Celtics, but they had to deal with Brooklyn, who stinks. But they got away with it. They got the win. They are now tied. This is the key thing here. They are tied with the Milwaukee Bucks for the number 2 seed in the East. Now, here's the thing. Technically, Milwaukee owns the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
1 game to go. But here's the problem. There's no Giannis. This is a problem.
They're in a pickle.
They're in a pickle. If the Knicks win on Sunday, which I'm thinking they're going to,
Knicks play the Bulls.
The Bulls are locked in. They're going. I think the Knicks are going to win that game.
Yeah.
Where is
the
it?
crazy part is
where is it?
I don't know that.
Well,
the Knicks just played them twice in the past 6 days.
But they beat them in Chicago already.
They did. They lost to them once, and then they beat
But
them
they beat them in Chicago. Where is that game? Because here's the deal. If Milwaukee loses on Sunday, the Knicks win. Milwaukee is the 3 and New York is the 2.
So
which
on Sunday, Chicago is in New York.
Okay.
The Garden's going to be on fire.
That's going to be interesting. Okay.
And then let's look at poor old Milwaukee. Jeez.
No one's feeling sorry
They're
for them.
at Orlando.
Who needs to win that game. You know why? Because they are tied with Indiana 4-5, and they're trying to get home court. Look at the standings right now. Oh, wait, I can do it right here, Tom. Look at the standings. The Orlando Magic and the Indiana Pacers have the same exact record, and this is about home court in the first round.
That's not about 4-5. That's about 5-6.
Actually, it's about, yeah, it is, because Cleveland clinched the 4.
So you win that game, you get to play Cleveland soft ass.
All right, well, here's the question. If you're Orlando, do you want to play
Cleveland? They'll stomp Cleveland.
If they flip-flop, they won't play.
Well, then they'll play the Knicks.
They'll play the Knicks.
They could beat either of those teams.
They can, but they can also lose.
I think they have a better shot with Cleveland.
I would think so, because the Knicks play better defense.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. This game means something. So Sunday, I got news for you. I don't know what you're doing Sunday, but put it on hold, because honestly, 3 or 4 of these games are going to be on in the East.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Philly is tied with
Indy
and Orlando.
Tie.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the Heat are a half game.
Half game?
No, they're a whole game.
They're a whole, no, but yeah, the bottom line is.
But Philly, Indy, and Orlando are all tied. I think the Knicks are going to play Philly.
Which will be a 7-game dawn.
Whew, that'll be a tough series.
I think the Knicks will win, but it will be a dawn.
I think it'll be 6 games.
I think it'll be a dawn.
Yeah, Philly's playing Brooklyn. That's a win.
They're winning that.
In Philly, that is a
they're
win.
winning that. They're winning. So the Knicks and Philly, we both assume are going to win. But here's the deal.
Orlando plays.
I will tell you this right now.
Damn,
regardless, let me be clear here. Regardless of if the Knicks finish 2 or 3, it's going to be them in Boston. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be them in Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, barring someone getting hurt somewhere in the playoffs. Okay,
right.
That's the one thing we can't account for, right? Is that fair to say?
Can I say something?
If something goes wrong there with either team,
then you never know.
I think, But if that doesn't happen,
yeah, if Tatum turns an ankle,
or
if OG's gone,
something like that,
then they could get bounced.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics still have enough firepower.
More than enough.
To potentially go to the finals if they were to lose Tatum, but that would be a devastating blow.
Then any Brown,
Yeah.
any one of them.
But here's what I was gonna. I wish you hadn't stole my thunder there,
Damn it! I hate when I do that.
because I told him off camera that I was turning over a new leaf. Okay.
Well, you didn't finish that statement.
exactly.
Well, I didn't steal your thunder. Tell
No,
tell
I didn't. You didn't knowingly steal my thunder.
Well, I don't know what you're going to say.
Right.
So I can't steal what I don't know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Not that I wouldn't try
But
to.
stealing thunder is typically not something done on purpose,
No.
unless you're an a-hole. But with this situation, is there any chance
Of course there is. It's always a chance.
there's a cup with ice out here?
No, but there's ice and there's a cup.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, why? What do you want?
Is there a pin whip out here?
I want to slap him. Right
Well, dude, you're giving me beer breath this whole time, and I'm like,
you
geez.
think there isn't a whole thing of pinwhip here?
Well, it's more about
You
the
think
cup.
I don't
It's
think
the
of
cup
you?
situation.
See, here's where I get insulted as a friend, as a mentor, if you will, because he is my younger. if you think I'm not looking out for the kid, and I can still
like
call
being- I
him
like being
kid
called a
because
kid.
I'm a decade older. For Christ, I can actually
When you
say
start to get
when you're a
older-
decade older, you can. I'm about to be 51, by the way. I think I can say kid. Okay, he's not a kid, but to me, he's a kid. If he thinks I'm not looking out for my little brother, I got two of them now. One who's real and one not from a not so adjacent mother.
I'm not real?
You are real. I'm saying one who's my legit brother.
That was pretty goddamn legit, man.
Talk about stealing thunder.
Pretty real. It's pretty real to me, man.
The short
It's
answer
so
is
real.
yes. Yes, there's plenty of pinwhip.
All right,
Yeah.
because I would love to pour this over ice, pour a little pinwhip in it, and then proceed with my newfound
All right.
outlook
All right, well, tell you what.
on New York sports.
Since I have to go get all this shit, you're going to proceed with it anyway.
No. I'll keep running my mouth.
But while I'm getting the glass and the
I'll
ice, I wanted to explain to this newfound.
I'll explain the part that I explained to you when it started, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to grab this stuff while he is talking. I'll be quick because honestly, I want to hear this as much as you do because he was ready to bury them. Not bury them, but he was skeptical.
Of course, I get negative.
He's negative. And I
get
get it.
negative.
He's a New Yorker at heart. I'm a Bostonian. I get it.
I'm full of shame and rage and
No, it's not shame. Shame is not, no. Because you know why you're not shameful? Because they've done this before.
No.
They've got your hopes
I'm
up
talking about-
and they've crushed you.
I'm talking about my own personal shame. I'm full of personal shame.
You should not be
When
full
you're
of-
raised Catholic, you're raised on guilt and shame.
That man ain't Catholic. Anyway.
I said when you're raised Catholic.
Raised.
And when you have
Time served.
Italian father, guilt, rage, and shame. 3 emotions, state of minds I know very well. Sometimes I like to project those things on other things in my life. Sometimes people I love, sometimes sports teams I love. But I'm telling you this right now. I guess it was 4 days ago. No. Yeah, Monday is about 4 days ago, 5 days ago. It's Friday. On Monday, the Mets went to Atlanta. Right? Yeah. On Monday, the Mets went to Atlanta and got down 4-0. And I didn't get upset. I looked down and I said, well, Julio Teheran's pitching. Julio Teheran was signed to a $2.5 million contract. The guy used to be a pitcher for the Braves. He pitched for the Braves, 6 years, something like that. And, of course, he always owned the Mets. Or at least when I think back on it now, it felt like that. Maybe he didn't. Mets pick him up. He pitches, 2.5 innings. They prorate the salary. They pay him $100,000 for 2.5 innings. Mistakenly, earlier in the week, I said he made 2.5. It was prorated. Anyway.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Mets in Atlanta.
Why?
Because this leads me into my newfound outlook
Knicks?
on New York sports in general.
All right, so there is okay.
So so
Sorry, I just walked back into, we were talking basketball, and now I'm hearing about a baseball.
well, no,
Tad
I
Foster.
purposely tried to talk about the shit you wouldn't want to hear while you were gone. Okay,
Fair enough.
thank you.
Well, if it ties in, I do.
Okay, now that he had to interrupt. Okay, but anyway, Knicks get down 4-0, and for one of the few times in my life I look down and I go, all right, well, what did I expect? They just signed this guy, whatever. All of a sudden, boom, it's 4-4. What's the matter?
Nothing. Didn't win the shot glass.
Knicks go down again, 5-4, come back 5-5. They end up winning the game 9-6 or whatever the fuck it was, 9-8-7, I don't know. Next night, they got down 6-0. Again, I didn't get mad. Just like, all right, well, let's see if we can fight back. Nothing for the first 7 innings. The 8th inning, 6-3. 9th inning, 6-5. They still
The gentleman's
lose.
pour.
Still lose. Okay? I didn't get mad. Next day, as Evan Roberts would say, they beat that sweet Georgia ass. They pounded that sweet Georgia ass.
Yeah.
Okay?
They pounded.
Shout out to you, Evan Roberts.
They pounded.
But
They ass blasted.
but
That's
so
what you're-
so here's my new leaf, is that and because with the Knicks all year, I've been skeptical because of health.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is fair.
because
That's fair. It's not him being negative.
right,
That's fair.
it wasn't being negative. It was trying to be realistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
Because getting your hopes up and all that shit sucks.
No.
But at this point, I'm just gonna fucking believe. I'm just gonna believe, and I think realistic expectations are that the Knicks will go to the conference finals.
They should.
You know? Now, of course, the teams in the East, in terms of like how good they are, it's very close. And it's obvious by looking at the records how close it is. So it does. I don't think the Knicks are invincible, and I don't think they're the best team in the East. However, I think they should get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and if Boston shits the bed, they'll beat them. However, all year long, Boston has not shit the bed against the Knicks. So that's why my realistic expectation is the conference finals. And with the Mets, I'm just going to believe. And that means I'm going to believe in the ceiling I laid out before the season, which was a third wild card team. And I'm going to try not to go crazy when they get thumped every now and then. And
as history has proven, recent history in MLB, just get in the dance.
right. And everybody's got a shot at a wild card.
You get in the dance, and anything can happen.
That's right. You get in the dance, you might lose your pants. Let's put it that way.
Or you may pants someone else. Anyway, the bottom line is this. Look,
So that's my newfound outlook. I'm going to believe. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, well, if OG gets hurt.
Look.
No, even if OG gets hurt, the Knicks are going to play their ass off no matter what. And I respect it.
here's what I will take credit for. Okay, and I said this on this show when I said, and I quote, the Celtics don't want to see this team, and I quoted the Rocky movie, Rocky 2, on the show when I said, he's all wrong for us, baby. I saw you beat that man like I'd never seen a man beat him before, and the man kept coming after you. That is the New York Knicks. I said it on this show. It is taped. You have watched it, and I'll say it again. I said it then before they got healthy. So yeah, I'm going to fucking take credit for it because they're fucking good. They're legit good. And if they never got injured, they'd have been flirting with 60 wins. How about that, motherfucker? Okay? It would have been them in Boston, 1-2. And I got news for you. Barring injury to either one, it's going to be them in Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, here's the problem. If you want to call it a problem. For him, it's not a problem. For me, it's a problem. I don't want to see this team get to the conference finals. I don't. And you know why? Because here's the problem with the Boston Celtics. Now, to be fair, they have a lot more talent than the team I would reference, that I would compare them to, but I would compare them to the Duke Blue Devils. A lot of talent, no cojones. None. Okay? Now, the only thing that gives me pause is when they played last night, Boston wasn't playing for anything. So you can't
judge anything.
I can't judge him on that. Last night was a throwaway. I was laughing at Kendrick Perkins, who should know better because he's played for 14 years. He's been and won a championship with the team. He's been on the teams with Kevin Durant. He knows when a team is just trying to finish out because they've locked everything up. So let's be clear. The Knicks didn't see Boston's A game.
No.
If the Knicks are smart, they know that.
Yeah, they are.
Okay?
You think Thibodeau went in the locker room and
It's
said...
not about what Thibodeau could or would say. It's what I heard Brunson say in the post-game interview that gave me pause.
What did Brunson say?
Brunson was talking as if it was all about them and not about the fact that, look, let's be clear here. We need this game.
I watched the interview with
I
Brunson.
watched
and
the
Ali
interview.
LaForce?
Yeah, he's like, he didn't say anything about how they had nothing to play for. He's like, we just made a few more plays than they did. You were up 30.
All he was doing was doing cliche speak.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
He barely even listened to her question. He was looking at he was talking to somebody else, and he said, "Look, we respect them. They're always going to play hard. They made it close."
Well, that was
the
the
end."
bench.
Yeah, but I mean, he was just talking about it like
Yeah.
it was a normal
No.
game.
My thing is
Jalen
this.
Brunson is smart enough to know.
Well, his
You know
dad,
his father on the
dad's
bench.
not going to let
You
this.
know Tibbs is going in there going, guys.
That's
good
not.
job."
That ain't the team
Now,
you'll see.
now look, the Knicks did what they needed to do.
They did what they had to do.
And
Yep.
so they can be proud of that. But don't go, we can play with these guys because of that. No.
You hadn't won a game against
Right.
them all season long. In
Yeah.
fact, you weren't even close in most of them.
But I will also say OG was not there when they played all those
No,
games.
but here's the thing.
Which is weird. They played 4 games that early in the season.
No, but here's the thing. Boston did something the other night, and it's funny. Even the guy who said what I'm saying about pump the brakes here, that they're playing for nothing. The goal is to get healthy. Anyone with common sense should know that they've nothing. It doesn't affect them. And how do you?
The Knicks got bumped and bruised in that game.
No, and they did, and but they needed that
it,
game.
yeah.
Their whole thing is we want to avoid them. Okay, until the conference finals. Okay, for the reasons that I talked about. But the thing is this. I said they were the biggest threat 3 months ago, 2 months ago, whatever, and I will say it again because they have the coach, they have the home run hitter, they got the defensive stopper, and they have a mindset, a mentality. They are a physical, tough team that beats you up, and they're not dirty like the Miami Heat. Let's be fair here. As much as I loathe New York, I'm not going to do that to them. That's not who they are. They're not the Miami Heat. If the Miami Heat can injure you and get away with it, they will fucking do it. If you don't believe me, go to the fucking tape.
Yeah, roll the tape on
Roll the fucking tape on the shit they've done that people pass off as if, oh, well, that's incidental. No, it's not, because it happens too many times.
Sticking your feet under shooters is not incidental.
It's happened too many times for it to be incidental.
pattern.
And to echo, here's the thing I agree with him on. And I wasn't so sure about this until about probably 2 days ago. I am praying the Celtics get the Miami Heat in the first
Me
round.
too.
I am fucking praying for this. Because here's the thing. I still have questions about the Celtics. Not their talent. Okay. Not their depth. Their depth actually was a question. Their bench is proven now. Their bench. Peyton Pritchard tonight, 31 points, 11 assists. Peyton Pritchard's tonight. I don't give a fuck who it's against. 31 and 11 is nothing to be
Didn't
fucking.
he score 50 at the end last year?
Not 50, but but 31 and 11? In 28 minutes? I mean, or whatever it was. Like, listen, they've got a bench. Hauser.
It's a formidable bench.
It's a formidable bench. The Celtics are not going to lose this thing because they don't have a bench. Last year, they didn't develop the bench. This year, they did. That ain't the problem. Okay? My thing is, when they get hit in the mouth, how do they respond? When the threes aren't dropping, now they did it against the Sixers. They actually did it against the Knicks in New York. We and I both saw it, but it was a small sample size. They've got to have more than one way to win consistently. They got to be able to prove they can do it. They did it twice. We saw it twice. So they can do it by any consistency. But more importantly, we said this. He knows it. I know it. The season starts on April 21st for them, and they know it. I don't give a shit who they draw in the first round. Whoever it is, they should sweep them. If they're the team we think they are, they're going to sweep that fucking I don't give a fuck. And I hope it's Miami because they got no fucking excuse. They got no fucking excuse after what happened last year. They should be hoping for Miami, quite honestly, because they got a score to settle. And if they're that team, and look and I've said this, championship teams at some point when they go through this evolution of check that one, check that one, check that one. Golden State, early in the year, they bum blasted them by 50 fucking points. Worst loss of Steph Curry's career. Check. Not afraid of them anymore. Okay? This Miami Heat team, who's been a thorn in their side recently, they need to exercise a demon here.
Yeah.
And he knows it, and I know it. And he can't stand the Heat any more than I can. No. So he actually probably would enjoy it.
No, I've already told you.
But
I actually don't want the Knicks to see the Heat.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, it's a tough fucking series for them.
Well, because Spoelstra can actually coach.
Yeah.
There's not, and this is the other question with the Celtics. See, I know the Knicks aren't going to get out-coached. He bitches about Thibodeau, but he knows Tibbs can coach.
I don't bitch too much.
No, but you know at the end of the day that, you know what, I'm glad I got him.
Oh,
because
when you think about the carousel of coaches that we had on the Knicks over the past 20 years,
he's a welcome
and the
sight.
jokes,
he's a welcome sight.
Yeah,
this dude's legit. He's got rings on his finger. With the Celtics in 2008, he was the cat. That wasn't Doc Rivers. That was him and Kevin Garnett. Let's be clear about that. Let's be fucking clear about that.
Well, it might seem to be correct.
Okay? Given what Doc has done without Kevin Garnett and without Tibbs. Because when Doc left Boston, he went to a loaded Clippers team and couldn't get out of the second round. Loaded Clippers team. Go back and look at those lineups.
Was that Lob City?
Yeah.
Like Griffin and DeAndre Jordan and Chris Paul and all that.
All those guys. J.J. Redick, the shooter up the
Couldn't
bench.
get out of the second round.
Couldn't get out of the second round.
Jeez.
It was Tibbs and Kevin Garnett. I was in Boston. I know that team like you know the inside of your house.
Damn,
Trust me.
They almost have an 800 winning percentage.
Brian Dew, who is the trainer of that team, then and I are high school classmates.
Was his middle name Dew?
No, his last name, Brian Dew.
I think his middle name might have been Dew as well.
No, his last name is Dew.
Brian Dew too?
No, sorry, wrong. But he won.
Dad jokes.
He got a ring.
Sorry, Brian.
Brian's a great guy. Dad of
Dad
four daughters, by the way.
He's a saint.
He's a saint. Started his own gym.
Or he's a demon that's
after he
repaying
walked
all
away.
sins.
He walked away from Boston with a championship ring. By the way, that ring is glorious. But listen, the bottom line is this. Okay, Thibodeau was the main reason him and Kevin Garnett why that team became that team. Ubuntu, all that shit. He's there in New York. Ubuntu.
What is that?
I think you should look it up. I think you'd like it.
What's Ubuntu?
I don't want to tell you. I don't ruin it.
How do you spell it?
B-U-N-T U. Ubuntu. Look it up. Look it up, America.
I am because you are?
I am because you are.
What does that mean?
I am because you are.
What does that mean?
Well, it has something to do with the effect of team and unity and all that kind of shit.
I am because... so it's kind of like I exist because you exist. You exist because I exist.
Now you're learning Boyle. The bottom line is this. Speak the little Irish in me. Only on March 17th, America. The bottom line is this. He is the head coach of the Knicks. The Knicks have a closer from Boston. And they've got defense in OG. OG, by the way, is a smaller version of Kevin Garnett.
Dude, he is the real fucking deal.
I'm telling you, I said it on our show the other night, and I think people just dismissed it. Go back to that Milwaukee tape. No, I think people did. Go back to that Milwaukee game and look at what he did to Giannis before Giannis got hurt. Look at it again.
He didn't get hurt until Yarl's game.
No, he did. Look at what he did against Giannis, and you call me a liar.
Well, I mean, they've been calling him one of, if not the best defender in the league for a few years.
He should be All-NBA first team this year, and if he's not, they're sleeping. They're just sleeping.
Do they have a defensive team? Or no?
Who?
Do they do it?
All-NBA defensive, first and second team. Derek White made it last year, twice. And Derek White, by the way, is another one. But the thing is this. The Celtics have to prove to me they can get hit in the mouth and respond. They weren't going to respond to the Knicks last night because they didn't care.
Yeah.
They had nothing to gain and everything to lose. So the Knicks were swinging freely. But in the playoffs, with the finals on the line, different story. So we'll see what happens. But my prediction right now is, barring major injury, those two teams, I don't care if the Knicks finish 3 or 2, they're both going to end up in the conference finals. And then we'll see what we'll see. But I am worried about the Knicks because they are every bit what I think they are. And the Celtics have to prove, and this is what I said to him, and he actually said, that's a hell of a compliment. If the Celtics can get through the Knicks, I know they can beat Denver. Because for everything Denver is, they are not as gritty, and they're not the New York Knicks. They're not that, no.
I love having a team like that.
And you should.
Whatever they win or lose.
But the thing is, you and I both, here's the thing about what the Knicks should be. If the Knicks do what I think they're going to do, say they get to Boston, the conference finals, and they lose in 6, which is what I think would happen. That's going to be one hell of an attractive destination.
New York.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because
Yes,
a piece
it
or
is.
two
Away.
turns them into a
The
championship
Celtics,
contender.
them and the Celtics could then
man.
oh yeah.
Have some battles.
What the Knicks got to do is they got to get there. Now, here's the problem. It's not going to be easy.
No, like we said, a team can knock them off.
I'm saying it's not
Orlando,
the Knicks. It's not the Knicks'
Philly.
fault. Look at we look at even I forget who it was who said it on NBA on ESPN, but if the Knicks and the Sixers didn't get hurt, Milwaukee is not the 2 seed right now. Milwaukee's not Milwaukee's not even here.
The Sixers with Embiid, they are nowhere near a 7 seed.
They were number 2 in the East before when he got hurt.
They're nowhere near a 7 seed.
No.
So anybody who draws the Sixers at
Is in
this
trouble.
point is like,
if he's healthy,
what the fuck did we do to deserve this?
If he's
bullshit?
healthy, they're a problem for anyone outside of Boston.
I
say
still
that.
like the Knicks against them.
The Knicks are better defensively, and they are deeper.
And I think
And
they're a more efficient team.
They are a more efficient team.
Yeah.
The only question I have with the Knicks is they've got to find if that were to happen, the Knicks got to find a way to minimize what he does. Now, to their benefit, he's coming off a knee injury. He said it weeks ago. We don't know what this knee is going to do. He's not 100%. He's not.
Well, the only
and
thing
the Knicks play the kind of physical style
It'll hurt,
that'll
yeah.
give him fits.
He'll fall.
He'll fall. And Thibodeau's no dummy. Thibodeau knows what to do to minimize him. He's not going to stop him. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
But can he minimize him? Yes, he can.
Yeah, to me.
Yes, he can.
To me, so here's a couple things in his favor, or one thing in his favor. First round of the playoffs, the schedule's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You play once and then you wait 3 days.
Yeah.
So
there's no back-to-back.
Right. So like the second round and the third round, if
No.
Embiid gets that far,
No.
will be a bigger test on that knee.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the Knicks, I think they have the bodies to just lay on him. You got Mitchell Robinson. You got Hartenstein.
Let me ask you a question. How many minutes did Mitchell play tonight? Do you know?
Did Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, how many did he play tonight, do you think? Minutes.
I don't know why.
I'll bet you it's 20 plus.
Yeah.
Tell you why that's been happening, because this ain't the first night it happened. Okay.
They're trying to get him conditioned.
They know that they could run into Philly. And this is why Tibbs is a great coach. He's preparing for this. He knows, he just said it. Okay? You've got to run bodies at this guy and wear him down.
Yeah.
The best way to do that is to develop your second big man so you can run 2 at him and wear him down. He's going to get his 20. That's fine.
Yeah.
But how and when he gets his 20 is the thing.
Make it a tough 20.
Make him work for the 20, okay? And if you got fresh bodies, and you only do that by developing your bench, and Tibbs has done that.
Yeah.
He has done that. The Knicks have a bench. Don't be fooled. Look at the stats. I'm not smoking. Well, I am smoking, but I'm not smoking. Bottom line is this. The Knicks are legit. It's not a fluke. And if they didn't get banged up, they'd have been ahead of Philly a long time ago. This wouldn't come down to Sunday.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have. The Knicks would have been number 2 already. Okay, regardless of what happened with Embiid, because the Knicks are deeper. They're deeper.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They're deeper. Okay? They lost a 24-point per game score. They are sitting in the 2 spot right now. You tell me I'm crazy.
And
tell me I'm crazy.
And tell me that OG Anunoby doesn't make a difference. They're 18-3 with
To
the
me,
guy.
he is the most important thing in this conference, other than the health of the Boston Celtics. If the Celtics are healthy, it's theirs to lose.
I will say
he's
this.
the other.
Yeah, he's a major piece.
He's a major piece.
Now, I'm going to say a statement that I don't really know is true. I need your help with it. I haven't seen a guy have an impact on a team and not be like the star. I'm trying to think of guys like that. I'm sure Rodman was like that.
He's the obvious one.
You know what I mean?
He's the obvious.
But like, what other guys do you know that they're not the star on the team? But
Draymond Green. Draymond Green was the 3rd guy.
yeah,
Let's be honest. He was the 3rd guy. It was, in fact, when
And he was a major
when
piece of that
KG
puzzle.
was there, he was the 4th guy.
yeah.
It was Steph, Clay, KG, and him. He was
You
the
mean
4th.
KD.
I'm sorry, KD. He was the 4th guy on 2 of those.
Who else are some guys like that? It's funny because the minute I said it, I thought of Rob.
If you're
now you
talking
said
about,
Draymond.
but because Draymond's a Hall of Famer right now, but he's got 4 rings and he's a defensive. He's one of those generous defensive guys, which I think is overblown because of the small ball shit. But he's going to get that recognition. I can't change it. The reality is he's going to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If he doesn't put himself in jail first. The thing is this: when you look, there's Rodman, but defensive stalwart. That third or fourth guy, the one thing, and this is about OG Anunoby. Championship teams all have that dude. That dude that can go, him, got him.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, the versatility and his, like, he could guard a point guard if he had to.
You know, no one
And he can
talks
guard a
about
power
this
forward.
with the Celtics dynasty. Kevin McHale, ironically, was that dude. He's the one who guarded Worthy. He guarded Dominique. He guarded Olajuwon. Kevin McHale never gets enough credit. Charles Barkley is the one guy who says that's the best player I ever played against. And everyone just goes, well, you just say it. But look at what Kevin McHale did, okay? And the problem is his teammate was Larry Bird, okay? But Anunoby has that kind of potential.
Pretty impressive.
It's beyond impressive.
Yeah.
But it needs to be recognized. Like I said, he does all of Draymond's work without Draymond's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that is a feather in his cap. And that's why the Knicks, I'll say it again, and Perk is right about this, they are the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics, other than the Boston Celtics themselves. Because he's
That's
right.
actually the biggest.
Because if the Celtics don't crap themselves,
They'll beat everybody.
they're going to beat everybody, including Denver. I'm laughing at people favoring Denver because now you're telling me Denver's going to beat Boston 6 times in a calendar year. I have a hard time believing anybody can beat Boston 6
They
times.
shouldn't have beaten them at all.
They
this
shouldn't have
year.
beaten them all at all. But here's the thing: here's where Denver doesn't understand the problem. Boston's going to look at those 2 tapes and they're going to realize something. If this guy is a coach at all, we did this to ourselves because we played into what they wanted. Why don't we just? How about this? Let's just play the game the right way and make them stop us. And if that's going to the baskets, let's make them stop. We don't have to take 53s a game. We don't have to do that. Okay? Let's not settle for it. Let's make them stop us and see if they can. Because I got news for you. If that's the case, Denver has no one that can guard Tatum and Brown. They have no look at what is Murray going to do? Is he going to try and stop Holiday on one play and Derek White in the other? And we're not even talking about Tatum and Brown yet. Aaron Gordon couldn't guard Jason Tatum if I gave him a gun. I'm serious. If I gave him a gun and it was loaded, Jason Tatum would still dog him if he decides to.
There's not many people in the league.
There isn't anyone on this
that can
planet that can guard Jason Tatum one-on-one if Jason Tatum gets pissed off. And now here is the challenge.
I think OG could play him tough, but he's still going to get to where he wants to fucking get to.
Jason Tatum is a bigger version of Kobe Bryant if he gets mad.
He just never gets mad.
Kobe was 6'6", Tatum is 6'9".
That's crazy that Tatum's 6'9".
He's 6'9". And Jason Tatum has to...
Is
and
Jason
listen,
Tatum's mid-range game better than Kobe's?
it's as good, but he's 3 inches taller.
crazy.
This is what Jason Tatum has to understand. And not only understand, but look, and I say this, I'll never be, okay? I was always better when I was mad. I have the feeling, because I've never seen it, if this motherfucker ever got mad, like I think he did against Embiid in Game 7, like I think he did against fucking Giannis in Game 6 2 years ago when he dropped 46 on him in Milwaukee, I might add, when he swept Kevin Durant 2 years ago because he was tired of that shit. And he blocked him. We were watching that game when he stuffed Kevin Durant on his pull-up jump shot. We'd never seen anyone stuff Kevin Durant on his jump shot. Tatum did it twice in that game. Okay? Jason Tatum needs to play pissed off, like he's tired of hearing it. He's sick of people telling. This is how Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan. This is how Tom Brady became Tom Brady. They got sick of fucking these people that don't put the work in, telling them who they were. And they did something about it. And that's why Kobe's Kobe, and Mike's Mike, and Larry's Larry, and Magic's Magic, and Brady's Brady, all that shit. Because at some point you're like, fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next? And Jason Tatum has to get there.
I disagree.
Why?
Now, I don't know that I'm right in disagreeing, but I'm just going to share my opinion.
Please do.
And you know Tatum better than me. You watch him all the time. But I get the sense from Jason Tatum, for him to do the things you want him to do, he needs to get to a place of just inner calm.
He's already there.
I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah, he is.
The thing that makes me think he's not there is what happened in Denver.
He proved it last night against the Knicks.
What?
When the Knicks boat raced him. His whole thing was, look, we're playing, we're trying to win these games, but we also know that there's a bigger fish here.
Yeah, but
there's a bigger fish here. And the thing is, what we have to be, and he said, we're walking a line here. We're walking a line. And he's right about this. We're walking a line. How hard do you go? Because if you go as hard as you can and somebody gets hurt, then everyone's going to sit there and say, why were you playing? You didn't need to play. What are you doing? This tells me he's aware.
No.
He's aware.
Dude, him and Brown
he's aware.
are really intelligent guys.
But the thing is, he never, until he said that last night, I never knew if he was aware, of anything. Yeah. But he said something that made perfect sense. Look, we're trying to win every game we can win, but we also know what's in front of us, and we're walking a line. And how do you walk it? And he, by the way, the best part about that was he threw it back on the reporters, and no one rebutted it because they didn't know what to say. Because you said it tonight. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no guarantee.
Like how you
go. How do you go? How do you do this? And
people always say, you got to go in with the right momentum.
Let me be clear. And he heard this. We talked about this up at our. We had a get together tonight at the Kovacs house. Thank you for Brian and G's for hosting. By the way, you were awesome. But the thing is this:
that was a great night.
We were talking about how, and I gave two examples. The Celtics in 2008, who won the championship, they won 11 of their final 12 games going into the playoffs. Then they went 7 games and 6 games to win it. So what tempo did, and when here's the problem with Kendrick Perkins. He's up there bloviating about how they're not setting a tone. I'm like, you donkeys won 11 out of 12. What tone did you set? You went 7, 7, 6, and 6. Was that the tone you were trying to set?
Yeah.
And by the way, then I said to him, Denver last year, who won the championship, lost 9 of their last 10, and what happened? So there's no rhyme or reason. But here's the one thing everybody agrees on. Get there healthy. Get there healthy.
Yeah.
And this is the thing.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Look, if you're that concerned, why are you playing him at all?
Yeah, well,
why?
He said this the other night, and then I heard Barkley say it.
Yeah.
If you're going to play like that, don't play.
Don't fucking play, because you're playing scared.
Right, exactly.
You're playing not to get hurt against a team that's playing for everything, because they're trying to get as far away from you as they can.
Right. And they're not trying to hurt you, but when you got one team going 100 miles an hour and one team going 70, that's when people...
Rick Brunson went down twice. Jalen Brunson went down twice. Sorry,
wrist.
Rick. He's like Ed. He's one of my buddies. Rick Brunson. Jalen Brunson went down twice in that game. His heart stopped twice. I know because he texted me twice.
Yeah.
But they were playing for something.
Dude, you didn't let me finish the thing about Tatum.
Go back.
So I actually think...
You think he's there?
No. I don't think he's there.
I don't either.
I think... So you're talking about getting into this headspace of playing on fire, playing angry. And I get that. That's one philosophy. I just think his personality is that he needs to have peace on the inside. And I say that because of the way I see him interact with people. I don't think he's got the rage. You know, when you have that inner rage, you harness it, you channel it, and that's what fuels you to be different from everybody and fucking obliterate them. I think his personality is different. He has to get to this place of peace and calm where he trusts himself in these moments, because he's done it so many times, but then there are these weird times, like when they went to Denver this year, and all of a sudden it was like he was in the clouds. It was like, dude, you're the best player on the floor. Just take it over. So, sure, anger could do that for some people. I just think the way I see him, I don't think it's rage that's going to get him there. He's got to find that calm. And if he's found it, good, because you're going to win the championship. Done. Yeah.
All right. I mean this with all due respect to him, because he's my younger brother and I love him. And I have a younger brother at home, and Pete and I have had this conversation.
What, did Pete say the same thing?
Pete tried to say this to me once upon a time. 4 state championships later, he realized he was wrong. Now, you weren't there. But here's the thing.
No, but I'm not saying you're wrong about
you're not.
About why Michael Jordan did it.
But here's the thing. And Magic said this when he faced up against Isaiah and the Pistons. At some point, to beat your opponent, to get over that thing that's in your way, you have to have a certain dislike for that thing or person or team or whatever. And Magic's 100% right about that. And he learned that from Larry Bird when they beat him in '84. Larry Bird was so fucking sick of hearing about Magic Johnson and what happened. And he's like, and Larry knew, like, you beat me because your team was better. Well, not anymore, motherfucker. And I don't care what we have to do. And that's when Kevin McHale clotheslined Kurt Rambis, and it was on. Okay? And this is the thing. And every fucking, listen, that series, Stephen A. Smith, everybody says, that '84 series changed basketball forever. Much like the Caitlin Clark stuff, this whole women's thing changed women's basketball forever, and it has, and it will, and you can mark my words on it on April 13th at 2:39 in the morning. That's right, motherfuckers. We don't sleep here.
Dude, the women's draft is on Monday,
and people are looking.
And then the WNBA season starts in like a month.
And people are, you know what? People know about it.
Dude, I can't wait to watch it.
No one can wait to watch because this is
I
what that
see her
did.
do good.
Think about what saved the NBA. Magic and Bird in college. Think about what just happened. Once there's styles make fights. Well, now you have styles. Now you have a fight. And that fight, it didn't end in the Final Four. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Continued.
No.
And all the key players are moving into the...
Other than Paige Beckers, they're all going up. And all these current NBA players, these bitches think they're going to come in here and, oh, no.
I want to see
I
the young
can't. I'll tell you what.
players. I want to see them come in and go...
I love what Diana Taurasi did. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sick of her.
No. You don't get it. You don't
Yes,
get
I
it.
do.
No, you don't.
We had the conversation.
Styles make fights.
You said it. You said
fight.
it. If you weren't doing anything, if you weren't a problem, nobody'd be saying shit about you.
Right.
The fact that she's saying it, you said this, means she's got her eye on
I got news
that.
for you. She's
trying to get in
She
their head.
knew exactly what she was doing, though.
Yeah,
okay.
well,
She's marketing the league.
I'm telling you, the players that are coming out,
Yeah.
they're not scared of her.
No, but she ain't scared of them either.
She shouldn't be.
And no, she shouldn't.
She's been in the league for 20 years.
But my thing is, you know why? Because she's that fucking good. So
Well,
she's the all-time leading scorer.
old.
Yeah, well, she still has a few bullets left in the old gun.
Well, she better have more than a few.
But the thing is this. This is what makes sports what it is and why we talk about
Rivalries.
it. Rivalries.
Disdain.
Fight. Anger. I don't like them. They don't like you.
Dude, I grew up loving the 90s Knicks, who, I mean, they could have never met you and they hated you. Walking. I mean, those guys, when they took the court, they fucking hated you. And all of us who rooted for them, we hated you too.
That was
when we went to Indy. Oh my God, I hated every Pacer with every
fiber of my being.
I hated all of them.
Gee.
When we went to Miami, I hated all of them. Chicago, people talk about Michael Jordan like he's the savior. I hated that man. Every one of them on the Bulls.
And we swept him twice.
Well, I would have liked you guys.
My point is this. He's making my point. Because that's the Boston Celtics. Thank you.
Well, no. So again,
Fuck 'em.
So again, like, you could be completely right on this, you know. And I don't know. I just feel like some of these guys in the league
Jason
are different
Tatum,
than what they were back then.
Jason, this is the problem. His idol is Kobe Bryant. He wears a band, a purple and gold band, while wearing the Celtic uniform of a Laker.
But he's not Kobe
No, but you know why he's not Kobe?
because he's wearing that.
No. Mentally, he's not Kobe. Kobe
He's not a
hated.
lion.
When Kobe put that Laker uniform on, rule 1, I hate the Boston Celtics. Rule 2, see rule 1. That's why Kobe became Kobe. That's why Kobe never played anywhere but L.A. He knew what Larry knew, what Magic knew, what Michael tried to do, but that donkey Jerry Reinsdorf fucking ran him out of town. What a donkey he was. The thing is, when you put that uniform on, it still means something. Jason Tatum is wearing a Celtic uniform. It means one thing and one thing only. Banners. Nobody gives a fuck if you make All-NBA first team. Nobody gives a fuck if you average 30 points a game. Nobody gives a fuck unless you put a banner up in Boston. And while he's 26, that means banners. Paul Pierce got lucky. He got lucky Kevin McHale was running the Timberwolves and did Danny Ainge a favor. Jason Tatum doesn't have to get lucky. Fucking Brad Stevens took care of that. Jason Tatum has a team that he can win 3-4 champions with right now. He should have already won two. They locked up Holiday for 4 years. Guess what Derek White's going to sign for in the offseason? 4 years, 160. Brad Stevens is going to lock up everybody.
160?
160, which is 20-something a year. He's going to lock up everybody he needs. Jason Tatum is going to have...
160 is not 20-something a year.
What is it?
Double that a year. 40 a year.
40-something. Anyway, the bottom line is this.
No, I mean, I'm not using it. I mean,
the bottom line is, and Derek White should have been an all-star this year. Most people will say that to you.
He's a major piece.
He's a major piece. Bottom line is Tatum has no fucking excuse. And here's what the Boston fans are going to do. They're going to remind him of that every fucking day until he puts banners up there. And if you think the Kentucky fans are nuts, keep pissing off the Boston Celtics fans and you tell me what happens. Because I got news for you. If the Boston Celtics, barring injury, don't win the championship this year, Joe Mazzulla will be fired. Because the fan base will demand it. They will demand it. And Jason Tatum won't have a leg to stand on for his $300+ million contract if he doesn't deliver the goods. And he's not going to do it finding his peace of mind and his happy place. And is this? No, motherfucking no. No. Okay? If you want to do something, Jason Tatum, how about you get sick and tired of people telling you what you are and what you aren't? Because that wouldn't make you a nut job. That would make you human.
While you're sitting there telling him he needs to be angry.
I was always better when I was mad.
No, and I'm not debating
you know what?
I'm not debating that at all.
I don't know that I've ever seen Jason Tatum mad. I would like to see it. I wonder what he would look like if I did see it, as opposed to the Jason Tatum who's peeing down his leg and hoping he doesn't screw up and throwing the ball over the fucking gym. I've seen that Jason Tatum. I don't like that Jason Tatum. That Jason Tatum is a fucking choker. I am not interested in that Jason Tatum. I'm interested in the Jason Tatum that loves and worships and Kobe Bryant. Because I know what Kobe Bryant would do. What Larry Bird did.
Everybody that age worships Kobe Bryant. It doesn't mean they are Kobe Bryant.
Don't be Kobe Bryant. Be Jason Tatum. But be a pissed off version of Jason Tatum.
But maybe that's not him.
Well, then he's never going to win.
It's not true.
That is true. And I've seen it up close. Segment 2 coming right up. The Mets are now 6-7. And the shit sucks are 7-7. By the way, that's a drink. Giggle Smoke Guarantee also coming up. See you real quick.
7-7, that's right.
That's right.